Hey Popo, so here's a question that kept me up at night. Do animals know they're going to die someday? Like, does your dog understand mortality? It turns out the answer is way more fascinating than you'd think. First, let's talk about us humans. We're probably the only species that truly grasps death as a concept. We know it's coming, we plan for it, we even fear it decades in advance. That's because we can think abstractly about the future and imagine ourselves not existing. Pretty heavy stuff, right? Now, Popo, here's where it gets interesting. Elephants actually mourn their dead. They touch the bones of deceased elephants, stand vigil for days, and even return to the same spot years later. They clearly understand that something permanent has happened. But do they know it'll happen to them someday? That's the million-dollar question. So scientists think there's actually a spectrum here. Some animals recognize death when they see it happening to others. Crows hold what look like funerals, chimps get quiet around dead companions, and dolphins have been seen trying to keep deceased pod members afloat. But understanding your own mortality? That requires something called metacognition, thinking about your own thinking. And that's incredibly rare. Here's a cool connection. The animals that pass the mirror test, meaning they recognize themselves in a reflection, are often the same ones showing the most sophisticated responses to death. Great apes, elephants, dolphins, magpies. If you can recognize yourself as a separate being, maybe you can imagine that being not existing anymore. It's all connected. But here's the thing. Most animals probably don't need to know about death in advance. They have powerful survival instincts that kick in when danger appears. A deer doesn't think, I might die someday. It just runs when threatened. That instinct to survive, it's been enough for millions of years of evolution. So Popo, do animals know they'll die? Most probably don't think about it the way we do. But some, the really smart ones, might have a glimpse of understanding. They recognize death in others, they mourn, they remember. And honestly, maybe not obsessing about mortality is its own kind of wisdom.